I'm vlogging. It's boring. I'm Colleen. That's you, Mommy.
I'm very sick. There's not going to be much vlogging today, but I have to vlog a little bit because it's the twins' half birthday. So I got a few little decorations of some of their favorite things, and we're doing a little birthday party for them. What's happening?
Yeah.
Is it your birthday?
You.
Happy birthday!
You.
What do you have? What's that? Well, bonk.
Birthday party for the babies. Birthday party for the babies. Birthday party for the babies.
We have Teletubbies. Maisie loves Teletubbies right now. Monster trucks, obviously. Paw Patrol. They love Paw Patrol these days. Monster truck dangly things, bluey decorations, but mostly just balloons all over the floor and trash and toys. That's for Wesley. Can you open it?
Missy, get a big present.
Glenn picked out toys from around the house and we wrapped them. What is it, Wesley? Grave digger?
Look what Missy got.
Oh, yay! Say thank you, Flynn.
Thank you, Sim. Bluey.
It's Bluey. What is it, Maisie?
They're opening their gummies right now.
Okay. What is it?
Bluey.
Bluey gummies. What'd you get?
Bluey.
It's Bluey? Okay, you want to open it?
What you get?
What'd you get?
Bluey gummy.
Oh, wow. What was you get? You excited?
This is the bottle.
Paw Patrol.
Know what it is, Wesley? A kitty cat.
A kitty cat book.
Okay,
ready? Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Wesley and Maisie. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Yay! It's time for a tortilla talk. So, you know what that means? It means Daisy's gonna come in the frame and join us. My goodness, you already have things to say. Come on over. Wanna come hang? Good girl. I know I didn't film anything today, but I was just, not feeling great. I am feeling a lot better than I did yesterday. Yesterday was brutal. So I think I'm on the mend. And when my kids had this cold, it only lasted a couple days. So I think I'll be fine by tomorrow. But I'm gonna answer some of your questions. Let's get right into it. The Drift Dog said, please, someone explain doing laundry in America to me. Can you really just take a load of wet washing and chuck it into the dryer to dry all together without sorting it by material and drying type? So in the vlog that he's talking about, I actually did do that. I took all the stuff from the washer and just chucked it right into the dryer. And no, you're not supposed to do that. You are supposed to sort it out and make sure you're washing the right fabrics with the right colors and dry them all in the right things. I'm not going to do that. That takes too much time. And as it is, on the days that I do laundry, I typically have about 7 or 8 loads of laundry to do. So to separate them all into all the different colors and fabric types and hang them up, I do not have time for that. So if it's gonna get ruined by getting all dried and washed together, then it's gonna get ruined, honey. You're gonna have some pink shirts that were once white. Things are gonna shrink. That's just how it has to be, because that's the only way I can survive. But no, you are supposed to organize and separate everything. I do not do that. Janet said, which rocks make the best baby names? I love this question, and I do have a list. So some of these are rocks, some of these are minerals, which are crystals. So technically they're all rocks, but kind of technically a lot of them are minerals. Jasper, obsidian. Wouldn't that be cool? And you could nickname the kid Obi or something. Obsidian. I don't know. Anyway, amethyst, I think is pretty. Copper, hello. That's a beautiful name. Opal. Opal is actually a name that was in my family, and we considered it for one of the twins before we knew if we were having boy, girl, whatever. We were like, Opal's kind of a cool name, and it's a name that's been in my family for a long time. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. But we ended up obviously not doing that. Jade is a beautiful name. Citrine, pearl, ruby, carnelian, sapphire, amber. These are all great names. Now, there are rock names that would be, I think, not very good names. For example, chert. I don't think that that would be a very good name. Chert. Basalt. Like, I don't know. Agate? I don't think those would make great names, but I do think a lot of rocks would make great names. That's a great question. Thank you. I'm gonna go to the floor because I'm uncomfortable sitting on couches and chairs. I like being on the ground. Kelsey Jones said, you make being a mom look so easy. Are there ever really hard days where the kids drive you crazy? Are you kidding? Yes, every day is a hard day. I've never had a day where I was like, this mom thing is easy. Like literally every single day is so freaking hard. Being a mom is the hardest thing in the world. Every single day is super hard. Every single day I have so many challenges. I need to take deep breaths or walk out of the room or, get frustrated or feel mom guilt. Like I've never ever had an easy day being a mom. Like it's not easy. It's certainly very hard. I'm a very impatient person, and being impatient and being a parent do not go well together. I have learned patience more than anything else since becoming a mom. And I really struggle when, my kids want to help me with something, help cook something or help clean something or help me make something or whatever. It's so important for their little brains and their little bodies to learn how to do things. Like the other day, Flynn wanted to help me with laundry, which was amazing. And I wanted to show him how and teach him how to do it. And I knew that was very important. Oh my God, I just realized I'm not wearing my ring. Drama, where's her ring? Oh my gosh, she's not wearing a ring anymore. Alert the press, she's a single woman. My ring is getting cleaned, so that's why I'm not wearing a ring before any drama begins. Anyway, Flynn wanted to help me with laundry, and he was very helpful, which means it took like quadruple the amount of time that it should to do one load of laundry, and it was really hard to not just be like, I'll just do it, but I didn't. I did not do that. I was like, okay, now we do this, and it just takes so much longer. And there are so many different challenges that I face every day as a mom, but you asked, are there hard days where the kids drive you crazy? And I find like I get like, oh my God, they drive me crazy when they are trying to be helpful and it's not helpful and it's just making a bigger mess. Like when I was doing laundry, I was folding up laundry and Flynn was helping me, and he decided that his way of helping was to bulldoze all the clothes that I had already folded into the other room, which of course unfolded all of the clothes. And he was trying to be helpful. He wasn't trying to be destructive. He was like, I'm moving them to the other room. And there's moments like that where I'm like, thank you so much for the help. G. Dillon said, how do you keep up with your garden with your kids? My garden is literally 8 vegetable plants and I find myself neglecting it with my kids. Well, let me just tell you, to let my guard down, I want to be completely transparent here, because if people are thinking I'm making being a mom look easy, I am so freaking lucky. I have an amazing gardener. That is the answer, because if I was in charge of keeping those plants alive, they would all be dead a very long time ago. I would not grow a single thing that is edible. I would only grow weeds. And yes, Eric does garden a lot too. And Eric likes to garden with the kids, which again is challenging. But Eric does try to teach them how to plant things and watching it grow, and that whole cycle and that whole process is really good for their little brains to learn about. But I do not have a green thumb. If you give me a living plant, it will not survive. I am a fake plant girly. I can't do it. I'm struggling to keep myself, going every day. And so I'm just gonna focus on my 3 human children and not focus on plants, so I have a great gardener. Wilhelmina said, what is your hair curling routine lately? My hair curling routine is to straighten my hair and then curl it a little bit with a straightener or a curling iron. I have not worn my hair curly in so freaking long. If you have watched me long enough, you know that I have naturally very curly hair, and I do not let those curls bounce, honey bun. They are burnt to a crisp. Madison said, who came up with the meanings of all these stones and crystals? That's what I want to know. So yesterday in my blog, I was explaining what different crystals meant. They all have spiritual meanings and whatever. And I thought this was a great question because I have no idea. So I Googled it, and the first thing that popped up for me was civilizations like the Mayans, Sumerians, and Chinese employed crystals in their ancient rituals, believing them to hold the power to cleanse, heal, protect, and more. For instance, the ancient Egyptians used malachite for protection, while clear quartz was deemed a source of power and energy in many ancient cultures. So they did it. I don't know. I don't know any of it. I know a lot of people really, truly, firmly believe that these crystals have healing properties and healing magical powers. But for me, if I look at a stone, this is rainbow fluorite. My mother-in-law gave it to me. So whenever I look at this, I think of my mother-in-law and family. But what rainbow fluorite means, if you look it up, it's called the genius stone because many believe it stimulates brain cells, improves focus, and clears mental fog. It is also said to promote freedom, expanding awareness, creative thinking, and easygoingness. So now whenever I look at it, now that I've read that and that's in my mind, whenever I see rainbow fluorite or hold rainbow fluorite, I'll be thinking about how it's supposed to clear brain fog and help my brain cells to be more clear and help me to be more creative and focus. And because I'm thinking about those things and focusing on those things and those words in my mind, when I look at rainbow fluorite, those things will naturally, start to happen a little bit more. If I'm thinking about like, oh, this is gonna help me focus, so now I'm gonna focus. Obviously, after I think those words, I'm gonna start focusing more than I was 5 minutes ago. So like, to me, it helps to reframe my thoughts. Like when I first started getting into rocks, I was really obsessed with obsidian and Apachi Tears. Apachi Tear is what made me first start to love rocks so much. And I had an Apachi Tear and I held it in my pocket all the time, or held it in my purse or in my hands, because it is meant to give you strength during really tough times. It's a very protective stone and it's a very healing stone. And so whenever I held onto it or saw it in my bag, I would think about staying strong and feeling protected and feeling brave. And so it really did help me a lot, because that stone, when I first read about it, said all those words. And so then every time I looked at that stone, I thought those words, and it put those things in the forefront of my mind, which helped me. So I personally don't believe that these rocks and crystals actually have like healing powers. And I'm not saying that people who do believe that are incorrect. Maybe they do. I don't know. I'm not good enough or knowledgeable enough about this stuff to know any of that. I just know that for me, I don't really believe they have like magical powers or whatever, or like actually have like healing properties. I just think rocks are really pretty. And I think the stories and the meanings behind the crystals and rocks are really cool and help me to reframe my thoughts and help me through hard times. So in that sense, they do have like healing powers, I guess, because it does work for me, just maybe not in the way that it works for other people. So anyway, blah, blah, blah. This next question is a tough one and it's very serious, but I want to read it because someone responded to it and I loved the response. So Elise said, Tortilla Talk question: how do you cope with rough things in your life? I'm struggling with a miscarriage. I love you so much and I've been watching you for over a decade. And Elise, I wish I could just reach through the computer or phone or whatever you're watching this on and give you a big hug. Having a miscarriage is one of the most heartbreaking, soul-crushing things that someone can go through, and I'm so sorry that you have to go through that. Someone responded to that comment and said, hey there, I am so sorry to hear about your miscarriage. Just my thoughts, but let yourself feel everything you're feeling. The good, the bad, the hard, the easy. All your emotions are worth processing. Let yourself sit with the pain, but also don't hold yourself back from enjoying life again. Your feelings are valid and you deserve to be happy. I just loved that for so many reasons. I think it is great advice for someone struggling with a miscarriage or anything hard in life, but also I just thought it was so beautiful to see someone be so vulnerable in the comments and open up about something that they were going through that was so personal and so horrible and awful, and then to see someone who is a stranger to that person respond with such kindness and love and empathy. And I just thought it was so beautiful, and it reminded me of why I love the internet. The internet can be nasty and the world in general can be nasty these days, but it's always nice to see kindness in spaces where there's a lot of nastiness. And it's also so beautiful to see someone be vulnerable in a space where a lot of people are fake. And I just loved seeing such kindness and community and love happen off of people who were just watching my stupid videos about me like looking at rocks. Like, it just was such a beautiful interaction that made me so happy. And I don't think I could even give you advice that's better than that. I think that that is the best advice. Feel all the feelings. You deserve to feel those feelings, and don't let anyone tell you that you're feeling your feelings wrong or you should feel them a different way. Like, that is a traumatic experience to go through a miscarriage, and it is awful. And that person is right. Don't feel guilty about finding happiness and joy again. I don't know, I just thought that was just wonderful. And so I wanted to encourage you guys to do that in the comments whenever you see fit. Like, if you see someone struggling or opening up about something or just saying something silly, if you want to interact with each other. Like, I can't even explain how like touched and moved I was by that interaction. And I don't know, I just thought it was great. That's all the questions I'm going to be answering for today, but thank you so much for watching this video. And oh, I almost forgot to tell you guys, I think I'm going to go to Paris this weekend. So, goodbye.